don't know how
Great.
you...
I don't know.
AP is over party?
AP
is
is
over party.
over. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's rare that you get a day that is that significant.
It's
where it's like,
this is historic.
Yeah. Goodbye, AP.
In a
program.
good way or in a bad way, we don't know.
It's a good way, Mark. It's a good way. Okay. How do you even start?
No, you can't. It's hard.
AP is over party.
AP is over party.
AP is over party. Thanks, Disney. It's a very interesting way to announce that.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, and it's something that I definitely expected. I mean, yes,
Expected
in Disney World,
sooner, in my opinion.
In Disney World, they've been able to keep it up, but they've also been able to get people back in the parks.
Because they've been open.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Disneyland,
we've been closed for almost a year.
Well, the thing is, even if people bought their AP in March, we're getting to a point where it's almost that year, and at that point, your pass is expiring, and Disney is just not going to give you the chance to renew. What we expect is for, as long as there's a reservation system, there will be no pass.
No.
That's what I expect. As long as there's a reservation system, no annual passes. But once we start getting out of the pandemic completely,
Once we get back to
getting back a little bit to normal, then Disney will announce a new system. I believe that it will be Flex Pass only, and there will be tiers of Flex Pass with different levels of access. It's like, do you just want weekdays? Well, here's this Flex Pass. You want weekends and weekdays? Here's this. You want weekends, weekdays, and holidays? There's that tier.
Regardless, there's going to be blockouts.
There's going to be blockouts for everyone. And it will be a reservation. It'll be, what can you get?
Right.
You're going to have to go on that reservation system, and you're going to have to set things up. Which is kind of like how Disney World's had to do it with fast passes. It's like all right.
But they've already had the Flex Pass already.
Yeah. But you will not have like normal. Like I'm sure they'll have a pool of pass openings on the day that you're about to go to the park, or the day beforehand.
Yeah,
They'll open up a little bit more. They'll have like 10 or 20% that they'll open up for you to go in the next day. But most of your pass, decision making has to be done in advance.
Yeah.
For Disney, that helps them limit capacity. It helps them manage crowd levels and completely understand how many people are coming in that day. It's not random anymore. It's like they know exactly how many people are coming into the park that day.
I'm still shocked. I don't have words.
Well, they were moving in this direction, just like streaming, just like everything else.
Yeah.
The company was already moving in that direction. What the pandemic has done is push them all the way over the edge to that. They were already moving in this direction. This is already going to happen, and now it's just happening faster. It's definitely bad for APs. For anyone who wants to come to the park, once they reopen, you will have to buy tickets every time you want to come in, or buy 6 days of tickets and then spend them over
Let
time.
alone reserving
is going to be a thing. So it's very.
Don't know.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun for people. But it is the way that things are going to be, and it makes a lot of sense, and it's the only way to operate during a pandemic. Again, at this point, spring isn't happening. March is not happening. We're nowhere near there in the numbers. Almost one.
And in the vaccinations.
We won't be fully vaccinated till the end of the year. No. Like this, it's going to take that long.
That's realistic.
So it's really a whole thing of until we get to the summer, there's no hope of reopening even in the first place. So at this point, it's just dealing with reality and what we're going to expect from here on out. It's disappointing for a lot of people, but I also think this is the way things were going anyway, and it's just pushing us.
They have spoken. This is the way, and it's how it's going to be. So we just have to kind of deal with that. I mean, as a person who's been part of the AP program for years, it's big. It's a shock.
Yep.
But the more time that I've spent in there, the more that I've realized it's made me a little bit bratty.
Yeah.
Entitled.
When you own a pass, you feel like you were entitled to a level of service and expectation.
And especially 2018 to 2019 when I had that Sig Plus pass. That not only was it a strain on my wallet, that was it. It was a strain on my wallet. And, I got rid of it when Galaxy's Edge opened because there's no way I was going to afford it.
No. But you know, it's the whole thing of when you're spending that much money, you feel like you need to make that value up.
Yes.
And that ends up leading to you spending even more money. Like if you have a signature pass, you're going to buy more merch than you would if you had a deluxe pass. Because you feel like you have to take advantage of that 20%.
Yes, the perks.
The perks force you to spend more money. Not really force you. Like, I mean, you can, if you have the control, it entices you. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes.
And it does, like, there is an air of entitlement when it comes to annual passes. That it's one of those things of, as you move into the Flex Pass space, the Flex Pass, when it first came out, was an amazing deal. It was giving you deluxe level access for the cheapest price available for the passes. So I expect in terms of pricing, it will actually be relatively affordable compared to the previous AP program. I'm sure discounts will be rolled into the normal pass, but parking will be an additional thing.
Yes.
You know, because hey, if I'm only going like once a month, do I really need to, you know, yes, instead of spending $120, only spending $50 a month.
Yeah.
But, you know, do I really want to pay for the parking? You know, if the parking's like several $100s, but I'm only going for like 3 months over the summer and then I'm canceling, like, wait, what's the thing here? But I'm sure they'll figure out some way of maximizing the amount of money that they make while still offering things up. But ultimately, for when the pandemic ends or is moving towards ending and the parks reopen, when the parks reopen, you will have to buy a ticket every time you want to come in here.
And that's
going to be a lot of money. They're going to make a lot of money, but that's kind of what the parks are looking to do right now. They need to show that they're profitable, and they need to really push hard in that direction. So people are, you know, you're going to feel it when you come here to go to the parks. You know, benefits are going to be slimmer. You know, they'll reintroduce them over time.
Yeah.
But they're figuring out, hey, if this system is not profitable, we're going to have to cut it.
Reminds me of Hondo Ohnaka in Clone Wars.
Profits, yes.
This venture is no longer profitable.
Thank you.
Yes. So that's how, I mean, it's the end of an era, guys. It really is.
Goodbye APs, you know? Hello, new age of Flex Pass. And
we'll
membership.
see. We'll see what happens, but this is just the big news that broke today.
Like and subscribe.
This might be the Thursday. We might put this as part 2 on Thursday. So
who knows?
Or
it's a brave new world. It's a brave new world, Mark.
It really is. That's gonna do it for us today. I'm Mark Carafe. Thank you to Frederick. Go follow him wherever you get your podcasts. At Imagine Tomorrow, featuring the Marvel Theme Park universe.
Marvel Theme Park universe, new episodes every single week on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific.